Hey there, welcome back to our Countdown to Zilch series. If this is your very first time over on my YouTube channel, welcome. I'm Kim Jimenez, social media strategist and the creator of Zilch to Social. And on this very special Countdown to Zilch series, we're going to be planning our social media strategy for the new year. So if you haven't had a chance to catch up on those videos, definitely head over to kimberlyannjimenez.com/countdown. You'll find a link in the description and you can get access to all of the videos at once so you can prepare your awesome social media strategy for the next year. Now on this video, we're going to be learning which metrics you are going to be measuring for the new year, what to track and what to ignore. So if you're curious, keep watching. All right, I'm super excited to be talking about this topic because I get asked this question all the time. Which metrics should I be measuring? What should I be tracking? It all seems so overwhelming. Kim, I'm not getting a lot of reach. I'm not getting a lot of impressions. It's crazy confusing, and I completely understand if you are wondering yourself, what metrics should I even be measuring? Now, I'm going to tell you 4 metrics every business owner needs to be tracking on social media, and then we'll get a little bit more specific with what you should be tracking for the new year. And this all really comes down to understanding a basic social media strategy, which is to grow your following, send people back to your website after you engage with them, and turn them into email subscribers. So 4 easy steps, right? Grow your following, engage those fans and followers, send them great content, provide value, send them back to your website for even more value, and then hopefully they'll actually contact you. And then finally, put them on an email list so that you can market to them. You can build that relationship in a more intimate way, and you can send them your offers and your deals. Now, it's really important that when you are figuring out what you need to be measuring, you don't get too overly focused on the nitty-gritty random metrics that you don't need to be tracking. So I'm going to show you what you do need to be tracking, and then I'm going to tell you what you shouldn't. So number 1 is your following, right? And it's really important that before I get into this, if you haven't watched the first video on the series, Setting Up Your Social Media Goals, you have to go back and watch that. There's a reason why I had that be the first episode in the series, because I want you to get super ultra focused and specific on what your social media goals are going to be for the first 30 days, and then maybe for the next quarter, because your metrics are going to be directly tied into your goals, okay? I don't want you to be measuring anything other than your goals. Yes, there's things that you should keep an eye on, but nothing that you should really focus on, really. So, getting back to that video, go watch it, make sure you understand what your big picture goal is, and then watch this video so you understand what you should be tracking. So number 1, growing your following. If your big picture goal is to grow your following in the next 30 days, that's what you need to be tracking. Sure, you can keep an eye on a few other things, but for now, only track how many fans and followers are you getting and whether or not they're quality leads. Number 2, super important, okay? Are you engaging your fans and followers, the fans and followers that you're currently engaging? And so that really depends on the social network, right? On Facebook, it's going to be likes, clicks, shares, and comments. On Instagram, it's going to be traffic, so link clicks. Also, of course, comments and likes, and then so on and so forth. Depending on the social network, you're going to be tracking engagement. Number 4, super simple as well, is tracking traffic. How many people are coming to your website from your social media pages? So this is where you're actually making transactions, right? If you're a retailer, then this is where you're selling your product. If you're a coach or a consultant, then this is where you're actually getting people to book sessions with you or get more information. So transactions happen on websites, and we want to take people from our social networks back onto our websites. Super important. And then number 4 is building that email list so that you stay top of mind with your fans and followers and provide another touch point so that your brand is really in front of them all the time and you're able to send them special deals and discounts that maybe you don't offer anyone else. So again, those 4 metrics are really important, but you should be keeping an eye on all of them, but not necessarily focusing on all of them at the same time, okay? And that's the key here. I don't want you to get all frustrated and super overwhelmed with figuring out what you should be tracking when that's not necessary, okay? I want you to track your follower growth. And if that's your big picture goal, then you're not going to focus on, how many likes and comments and shares you got that month. You're gonna focus on how many followers and fans you got. All right, so none of the other metrics are super important if you're focusing on one of them. So yes, you wanna keep an eye on your traffic, you wanna keep an eye on your engagement, and you wanna keep an eye on how many people are actually subscribing to your email list. But you're not going to freak out and completely get overwhelmed, because you're probably gonna call it quits if you don't really know what you should be tracking. So again, focus on your big picture goal, and that's what you're going to be tracking. It could be growing your following, it could be getting more engagement, it could be definitely, sending more traffic to your website, or it can be building that email list. But it should never be all of them at once unless, and this is a big unless, you're an advanced marketer or you have a team who's doing all of this for you. But if you're a solopreneur or you're first starting out or you have a smaller team, then don't overwhelm them. Let's track one metric every 30 days. We're going to keep an eye on the rest, but we're going to only focus on that one, and that's how we're going to measure our progress and our success. I hope these strategies and this explanation cleared up a lot of your questions. And if it didn't, definitely leave me a comment below. I want to hear your insight. I want to hear your questions. And I definitely want to help you out with tracking and measuring the right metrics for your business. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, share it with all of your entrepreneurial friends, and definitely come over to KimberlyAnnJimenez.com/countdown. There's a link in the bio description below, or if you're watching this on Facebook, I think it's going to be above. And definitely sign up for email updates. I'm going to be sharing bonus training material, and I'm going to be answering your questions. Plus, you get access to all of the videos all in one place. And down the road, you're gonna get even more tips and tricks from me. I wanna build that relationship with you as well. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay amazing, keep pushing forward. I know this is going to be your very best year yet. And I can't wait to hear all about your successes. I'll catch you next time on Kim TV. Ready to take your social media marketing from zero to stellar? Zilch to Social is here, and inside the course, I'll teach you how to get more engagement, grow your following, and get more leads. Get started right now with my free social media class over at zilchtosocial.com.